Yes, sir. Think we live. Let me just it's not letting me go live from my phone. I don't understand what's going on there. I just want to check my stream here. Make sure my stream sound good and look good. Man, I always have difficulties getting my shot set up, man. I don't have the the video production background, but I did learn a lot. Hanging around with my guy, Just Stone. Shout out to my guy, Just Stone Lands, GMP Podcast. Gaddis Motion Productions, GMP Podcast Group. Let's see how we look, how we sound. There we go. Oh, yeah. Stream look good, sound good. We're going to get to it, man. I'm on a tight schedule today. Tonight, I got a guest coming at 9. My first guest since the rebrand. My guy, Marcus Williams, Taking Another Path podcast. He reached out, so yeah, we're going to get into that too. But yes, sir, it's your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. Welcome back to the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Tonight we're live from the Thorn City HQ again. I'm getting comfortable here, I ain't gonna lie. All that moving back and forth. I like the dungeon setup, but I gotta get some equipment over there that I can just leave over there, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's rough trying to go set up there and readjust camera shots and then do the same when I come back over here. And so I think we just gonna leave it here at the Thorn City HQ for now. Man, so yeah, like I said, we live here. Tap in on the tap in, like my bro Seasoning would say. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. At Thorn City Spotlight on all the platforms. Facebook, we live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Check the podcast out. It's on all the major podcast platforms. We dropped a new episode on Monday. We got another episode coming out this Monday. Visit www.thorncitysyndicate.com. The new website is live. It's remodeled and running. While you're there, grab your free digital report card and see where your visibility stands. And when you do that, that'll get you inside the Thorn City ecosystem. And the new website breaks it all down. But if you want to get involved in the ecosystem, you got to sign up there and get your free digital report card so I can see where you stand. And it's okay if you're just starting. You might get all Fs, but that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That just means you got somewhere to start from. So shout out to everybody who's been tapping in on what I'm building here in Thorn City. I appreciate y'all helping me out, helping me test these systems and processes as I get everything locked in for real. And so I'm really starting to embrace this. I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities and my own happiness, affirmation, and my own wealth. That's the affirmation I got from Nikki Saunders over at Deeper Than the Brand. Shout out to her. But that one really stuck with me, so I even got it on my wall across from me here. And so, man, like I was saying earlier, it's tough when you're doing everything on your own. I can't lie to you. But yeah, I was saying before, I got a special guest coming in, pulling up tonight. My guy Marcus Williams will be joining me. If you've been following the rebrand, he was one of the first people to reach out to me after I launched the new Thorn City direction. And so honestly, it's looking like he's about to go down in the books as my very first mentee in this new Thorn City era. He tapped in early. He saw the shift. He saw the vision, and he reached out before anybody else did. So let me get my guy. Give my guy Marcus a round of applause. I didn't mean to laugh at him. We gonna start laughing to the bank is what we need to do. But shout out to my guy, man. Let's see. Last week, I wasn't able to go live, but I wasn't off the clock. It was a very special occasion for me. I did my very first solo Thorn City pop-up show at my Cuddy's AI Authority Mastermind. So shout out to the fam, my bro, my cousin, Mr. Three the Hard Way. He put on a spectacular event. That was a great stuff going on there. Um, Shout out to my guy Ace of Spade at aceofspade.ai. He was one of the speakers speaking on AI. And shout out to the lovely Miss Chauncey King. She was another presenter. Um, and shout out to Asianique for hosting. She held it down. So I had a blast. It was fun. It was powerful. And it was nothing short of greatness happening in that room, man. So that was dope. We got more to come, he said. And I will be popping up at all of them now. I'm in. But we're going to skip December this month. I'm not going to have one December, but we'll be back in January for a new mastermind, new theme. So y'all stay tuned. If you missed out, you missed out. You missed on some great information that could have helped you push yourself forward. So these Thorn City pop-ups I discovered there. Not that I discovered there, but it being my first one, it really reassured my thoughts that was a new lane I needed to tap into. I got my mobile setup. I got my setup, and it's really mobile friendly. I could pack it up into a couple bags, and it only take me 1 or 2 trips max. So that's dope. It's tight. It's on the ground reporting. Hold on, let's see. The Thorn City pop-ups is on the ground reporting, podcast style interviews, and event coverage in real time visibility, powered by Thorn City. So if you need your event covered, holla at your boy. The Thorn City podcast guy got you. He got you covered, man. So that's last week's recap, what we had going on. Let's see. So tonight, I got some other stuff I want to touch on, but like I said, I'm on a tight schedule. I want to get my guest in here on a good time. I want to be ready for my guest. But tonight, before the guest shows up, what we gonna get into? We're gonna continue turning these systems on and leveling them up. Because last week's episode that I dropped on Monday, season 3, episode 4, was all about resetting the system, mapping the customer journey, and showing you how everything starts inside the Thorn City ecosystem. And this Monday, episode 5 drops. And so this one's a little different. This one is a little personal. It's me talking about the journey of rebranding as an independent podcaster and an entrepreneur. I go over some of the challenges, the pressure, the inconsistency, the part people don't want to talk about, but also the importance of staying authentic, and being yourself and showing up even when you're tired, and realizing you don't need celebrity status or a huge budget. You just need consistency. I preach that a lot. Consistency. Just keep showing up. And that's what I've been doing, specifically with my Saturday Night Lives. I missed a couple weeks, I'm sure, here and there. But for the most part, the past, 3-4 months, I've been going live every Saturday night. And so, round of applause to me. Because it's not hard to keep. It's not easy. It's not easy to keep showing up. As they say, if you don't know, the average podcaster doesn't get past 10 episodes. So I'm well past 10. And so I'm into this thing, man, full-fledged, and it ain't no turning back. So episode 5 is where I introduced the Thorn City Syndicate Management Agency. What I want to say in regards to podcasting, getting out of managing the hip hop artists. That's where I started, managing my best friend. But we're gonna get into the podcast management. And so the next layer of support for creators, entrepreneurs, and podcasters who want visibility, transformation, and a real system behind them, a real ecosystem behind them. I'll run that back one more time, because this is also what Saturday Night Live is about. It's me creating content, me creating voiceovers, ads I can use. And so sometimes you might hear me repeat myself. That's because I'm gonna go into the editing room and I'm gonna edit it into something I can repurpose and reuse. And so that's the thing with content, is you want to be able to repurpose and reuse it. And so as I was saying, episode 5 is where I introduced the Thorn City Syndicate Management Agency, the next layer of support for creators, entrepreneurs, and podcasters who want visibility, transformation, and a real ecosystem behind them. It's coaching, brand development, digital management, visibility systems, vendor marketplace, visibility screens, content engine. Everything starts connecting here. And now, here's where we get a little excitement for myself, because the final parts of the Thorn City ecosystem, I'm officially turning them on, man. Like I said, I've been building this thing out, man, and so now it's trying to figure out how to ride the bike. I done put the bike together. I done came up with all the pieces and the parts to them. Now I got to know how to ride it. So if you don't know what the ecosystem is, it's basically just a bunch of different parts that works together to help each part grow. And so that's what the Thorn City ecosystem is. We got the podcast host system. We got the digital visibility screens. That's the advertising. And then we got the creative vendor marketplace. And so the visibility network, the digital screens, my backpack screen, I broke that out last week for the first time. The business placements, the marketplace, and the pop-ups. And it all started last week. Really brought some clarity to my mind again when I went to the AI Authority Mastermind and did that Thorn City pop-up. My whole theme for the pop-up was simple. It was time for me to turn on. It's time for me to turn on the creative vendor marketplace and start connecting to vendors. Start connecting with vendors so I can start creating the onboarding process. And so that was what my hopes was to hopefully, meet a couple people who was open to being the first listers in my creative vendor marketplace. And so first up, I got my guy, Mr. 3 the hard way. Bro got a lot going on behind the scenes people don't know about. And so that's a marketplace asset right there. And people need to see and hear the good game he got, because he's been studying, he's been working hard, he's been visible. And when you're talking about the grind, bro been grinding. And so shout out to my guy, Mr. 3 the hard way. Appreciate you for inviting me out to set up at the AI Authority, man, and do my thing. So it was pretty dope. Looking forward to the next one. And then my guy Asa Spade, I got to sit down with my guy Asa and listen. When you're talking about AI in the AI game, he's taking this thing to a whole new level. As he was saying in my interview, it's not just Chat. This is not Chat GPT. What he's doing is, and I got to see it work a little bit. I didn't get to see it all because I was in the back doing my thing. But I'm gonna get him on the show. He gonna break it all down for us. And it's pretty dope what he's doing with his platform over there. It's definitely next level AI stuff. So that's another marketplace vendor. So those are the first two that I'm gonna be adding in. Now that I got them, I can start working on my intake form and my funnel, how that works, so I can get it automated. Everything's about systems and processes and getting things in automation so you can free yourself up to do other stuff. And so that's where I'm at, and that's what I need to be doing. And so I appreciate my brothers for saying they down to work with me on that. And so y'all be looking out for the marketplace. It's ready. After the mastermind, right after the mastermind, there was the networking mixer at the sideline social lounge on 26th in Alberta. Let me say that again. Right after the mastermind, there was a networking mixer at the sideline social lounge on 26th in Alberta, owned by a local entrepreneur, my guy, my bro, David Ferguson, someone I literally grew up with as a kid. He stayed literally a block away from me, just like my house was one block from the corner. On that next corner, his house was one, two, three houses up. So literally on that next block is where my guy stayed, man. And so shout out to my guy. He's been killing them. When you're talking about building a portfolio and mastering the entrepreneur, he's somebody you definitely want to look to. And so I've been trying to get him on the spotlight show for a minute, but both of our timings just never lined up. And so timing is everything. But that night, got to chop it up with my bro. We had the conversation. We talked about getting him on the show. We're going to make it happen. He said we're going to make it happen. I was saying we're going to make it happen. So what we talked about was him becoming the first official sponsor of the Thorn City Spotlight Show Visibility Network. And allowed me to put my first screen up inside the sideline social lounge. And so that sponsorship will allow me to fully activate the entire visibility network and figure out how to ride that bike, because that's just another piece to my puzzle, and that's something else I got to figure out. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you can't figure it out unless you go through it. And so just do it and figure it out on the way. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I've been playing with it at home a little bit, so I know the gist of it. But to get it out into the real world, into a real established location, get some ads up on there running, that's still something I got to figure out. So that's gonna happen. And so bro gave me the green light, man. So I'm gonna make it happen. That will be the flagship, the blueprint, and the proof of concept. Like I said, that was my first night breaking out the backpack screen, the backpack advertising screen. It made me a walking advertisement. I had it on at the mixer. And so when he seen that, he instantly saw the vision. And so next up, I need to get that episode scheduled. And what I think I want to do is I wanted them to come to the office. I'm going to have a meeting with them here at the office. But I think I want to set up a Thorn City pop-up at the Sideline Social Lounge and do the interview there, and get the screen set up and activate the network for the first time in real time. And so, man, it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope, man. Speaking of the marketplace, I got another highlight. I got another entrepreneur I want to highlight who's going to be joining the marketplace. Shout out to my guy, Marcus Sparrow at Mr. So Portland. He got an So Portland podcast. I'm not sure if he's still doing episodes. Maybe he just took a break. But he might have took a break because he's building a Black luxury lifestyle magazine, and it's focused on youth, community, business, health, education, for the culture, and built for the future. So y'all check that magazine out, the Black magazine. There's some really powerful interviews in there and some really powerful people he been highlighting. And y'all be on the lookout for your boy, man. I got the special edition dropping. I'm going to have me an issue with my story in it. So y'all check that out. And like I said, on top of that, he's a beast behind the camera. So, and this is what the vendor marketplace is all about. Someone reached out to me this week looking for video production. Shout out to my guy, Eddie B. Looking for video production. And so I reached out to a few people to see who wanted to join me on this venture. Marcus hit me back. And so I'm going to officially add him as a video production specialist inside the Thorn City vendor marketplace, because now I know his rates. I know what it takes to get him taken care of. And so what the Thorn City vendor marketplace means is you get a vetted vendor. Thorn City handles the communication. Thorn City manages the project. Quality control is built in, and you only deal with one point of contact, me. And so the total price will include the vendor's full rate and a small Thorn City project management fee. And so that fee covers the vendor sourcing, the scheduling, the communication, and the oversight, as well as the deliverable review and final delivery. And so clients get a clear structure. Clients get structure and quality. Vendors get paid their full rate. And Thorn City earns for managing the system. So everybody wins. And so what that means for the marketplace is I'm looking for videographers, editors, designers, photographers, marketers, podcasters, producers, AI specialists, event creators, anyone offering creative services. That's who I'm looking for to get listed in my creative vendor network on my thorncitysyndicate.com website. So if that's you, make sure you reach out to me. You can comment visibility in the comments, DM me visibility. Just reach out if you got a service to offer. Like I said, I get paid when you get paid. And my job is to get you leads and get you work. Oh, man. Where we at here? Let's make sure we on time. Okay. Oh, man. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. My guy's up. He went to the Portland City Euro first. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. It's all good. Okay, let's see. Where was we at? I was talking about the vendor now. Okay, so now I want to talk about something I discovered while I was prepping for my I was prepping for the Thorn. No, I was prepping for the What I Think Was Seasoning show. Shout out to my bro seasoning, Sam Thompson. We got the seasoning show. We'll be back this week. We took a break for the holiday, but we'll be back. It's Thursday nights, 7 to 8. And so, like I said, when I was preparing for that show, bro sparked something. He sparked something in me. Oh dang, let me see. Messed my script up. Let me get back to where I was at. See, that's why people don't do live. Live is a whole different beast. Ain't no edits live. I mean, I'll be able to edit it later. That's something I've been doing with my Thorn City live shows right now. This whole season is me going back and tapping into my Saturday Night Lives and creating episodes out of them. It's really it was like me doing a documentary on myself. So it's kind of dope. But yeah, I was saying, bro, it sparked something in me when I was getting ready for the show. And it was a part of the system, like I said, I've been waiting to activate. And so I think he's key to me turning that on. It made me realize one of my superpowers is it's pretty simple. And I'm going to talk about this more on the show with him Thursday. I move before I have the full blueprint. I trust the part of me that already knows what to do, even when my mind doesn't. That's how Thorn City was built in real time, on faith and on grit. Started out as artist management, became an agency, became a system, and it's become an ecosystem. And so then it hit me. I accidentally built a record label, but the artists aren't rappers. They're podcasters. So that's what I'm going to do. Start with my guy Seasoning. It's exactly how labels sign artists. Instead of dropping albums, we're going to drop podcast episodes. And so it's the podcast recording artist under Thorn City Syndicate Management. The episodes equals projects. Seasons equals albums. Clips equals singles. and live streams equal shows. And then the advertising screens, that's our billboard campaign. That's our billboard campaign and our revenue engine. We sell ad spots next to the content. Businesses get traffic, brands get visibility, and we both get paid. So the screens fund the production. The screens pay you. They pay me. And the screens activate the ecosystem. So it's a content engine, really. You got episodes, clips, shorts, topics, segments. All the content feeds the screens. The voice feeds visibility, and the presence fuels the ecosystem. Behind all this is a whole marketplace of vendors, services, ad bundles, affiliate deals. And so when the promo runs on the screens, we sell ad space around it. Commission is earned on every brand that taps into the visibility network, meaning you don't just make money from your own content, you make money from everything happening around your content. And so, truth is, man, like I said, I'm in the phase of turning these systems on, man. Not planning, not preparing, but activating. The screens, the pop-ups, the marketplace, the content engine, the sponsorships, everything is moving. The proof's in the pivot. Man, had to make a cold pivot. So burnout, isolation, ego, that's what stops creators. The burnout for sure is what was killing me, and I'm finally getting out of it. I'm gonna get back to. I'm gonna start recording episodes for season 4 here pretty soon. Season 4, the Spotlight Show. I just realized I hadn't switched up my angle in a minute, so let's do that. But yeah, man, I'm getting season 4. I got one scheduled. I actually had to reschedule it. It was supposed to be this morning, but she's in Australia, and so the times, we had a mix up on the times. It's weird. Her time levels is on a crazy different schedule. It's weird. It's like I think it's Sunday there already, and I think I had it backwards. We're supposed to do her Friday, which would have been, I thought, my Saturday, but her Friday was my Thursday or something weird. It's crazy, but we're gonna get it done. Shout out to Sasha Eburn. I need to tap in with her. I like what she's doing. But yeah, man, the mission is visibility. The vision is global. Portland is HQ, but the impact is worldwide. So yes, as I said, the ecosystem is live. The podcast host system, the digital visibility screens, the digital visibility screen network, and the creative vendor marketplace. Those are the three parts of the ecosystem. As far as the podcast host system, there's the DIY, do it yourself. There's the DWY, done with you. And then there is the DFY, done for you. Let me run that back on the solo shot. Whoops. The Thorn City ecosystem, the podcast host system, the visibility network, the digital screens, and the creative vendor marketplace. Podcast host system, digital screen network, which is the digital screen visibility network, and then the creative vendor marketplace. And as far as the podcast host system, we got the DIY, do it yourself, the DFY, done for you, and the DWY, done with you. And so shout out to everybody who been tapping in with me, man. I got a couple, like I said, I got my guy Marcus. He's going to come on here with me here in a minute. He's the first one that really tapped in when he seen me pushing my new movement. And so shout out to the aunties. They tapped in with me. We had a good meeting this morning with them. Old Japel tapped back in with me. So I think I'm going to try and help her out, get her into the system. Got to reach back out to my bro Jamal Lane because I know he wanted to help me out. And I just need him to review what I've been setting up and check out what I've been doing. And so we're going to get that cracking, mate. Let's see. Make sure y'all check out ThornCitySyndicate.com. It explains the ecosystem. It's all broken down to you on there. And then while you're there, when you're on the new homepage, go ahead and fill out your free digital report card. That's going to break your digital visibility out online, what your online looks like, your listings, excuse me, your listings, and see if you have all your stuff listed correctly and all the different places to be listed at online. It's thousands upon thousands of places to be listed, hundreds at least. Tell you what your reviews look like, or if you're getting reviews or not. It's all type of stuff. But there's a sample of my report card on there. So go check that out. I ain't doing too well either, but it's a few things I want to do, and I like to do it in real time. And so I really kind of been waiting till I can get somebody into my coaching program. And so now that I got some people who's tapped in and who wants to move forward, I'm going to start doing the stuff for me and teaching them by doing it for me, if that makes sense. So DM me coaching, vendor, depending on what you need. If you want to get in, it's just not the beginning. Like I said, the podcast host system is open. The founding 7 applications are rolling in. I'm looking for 7 people to help me learn how to ride this bike, figure out how everything works. And so Thorn City is no longer theory, it's infrastructure. And so this little final word, the system works when you do. The city grows when you build. And visibility, that's the currency. Let me run that back one more time for you. I said the system works when you do. The city grows when you build. And visibility, that's the currency. I'm Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. This is the Thorn City Spotlight Show, SNL, Saturday Night Live. Be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Man, I forgot to play my ad. Let's see. Is my Bluetooth hooked up? Let's see. I'm going to play my ad and I'm going to play my outro music. My ad, I'm just going to play it just because I want to play it and I didn't play it. But it on my audio, on all my audio episodes, it's my ad is it's a dynamic ad, so I can insert it. It's automatically inserted dynamically. But on the live, I just want to play it just because. Let's see. Oh, I'm not set up on the Bluetooth. Let's see. Well, that's the end of the first part. Like I said, y'all stay tuned. I thought I had a little more to talk about, but I kind of ran through it kind of fast. But I do got a special guest coming, my guy Marcus Williams, the Taking Another Path podcast. My first guy to reach out to me and say he's on board and he want to learn what I can teach him. I got a lot to teach. I got a lot of information stored in this dome and on my computer that I can share and help others. So that's what we're going to do. Bluetooth not working. We gonna do that, do that. Let's see, Rodecaster Pro connect. That's what y'all gonna do to me, huh? Pair. All right, let's try it. Let's see. Where'd it go? I had this problem before, man. Technology is the worst sometime, I tell you. You know what the problem is? I probably can't do it. I probably can't do it while I'm recording it on live. Huh. Let's see. Let's stop the recording. And then let's go. Now let's try it. Pair. Now let's see if it works. There it is. Connect. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Now we're paired. Now let's record again. Let's turn that up. Let's see if it works. Huh. I don't know. Oh, let's see. I hit the wrong one. Ah ha ha. There we go. Let's run that back.
DIY, DWY, DFY.
Let's run that back.
Welcome to Thorn City, a city within a city, built for creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries ready to turn stories into systems and attention into opportunity. This is a complete ecosystem, a full-service framework built to help you be seen, be heard, and be remembered. It starts with your voice. The podcast host system gives you the blueprint to build, launch, and grow your show your way. DIY, DWY, DFY. You bring the story, we bring the studio, the structure, and the strategy. This is the Thorn City Syndicate Management, a full-service system powering a multimedia movement. Welcome to Thorn City. Be seen, be heard, be remembered.
Welcome back. I screwed this up. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. I was supposed to take a break in the middle and do that, but I didn't do it. So it was too late, but I just wanted to do it anyway. But the show is over. And y'all know what I like to do at the end of my Spotlight Show. For those who want to stay tapped in, I will be back with a guest at 9 o'clock. But you know, I like to leave the show with my theme music. Shout out to my bro, Third Twin, and the lovely Sassy. They got a banger, and it is the theme show music. Did what I had to do, because I always talk about this is not something I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a podcaster. I wanted to teach podcasting and rent the podcast studio out, but I didn't necessarily want to be a podcaster myself. So, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so I did what I had to do. And so we're here now. I'm glad I did it. Looking back now, I wish I would have did it sooner, but I didn't. But we here now. So, like I said, did what I had to do. Y'all check it out. Let me know what you think.
Man, life is hard, man. God bless my child that can hold his own. I came from nothing, I'm just trying to make something.
Shout out to Third. Shout out to Sassy. She killed this shit.
Swallow my pride, I'm just trying to stay alive.
I'm falling back to pushing a hard line.
Did what I had to, and honestly, I was glad to. Cause I'ma do whatever it takes to add to my quality of life. Growing up, it was tough. The youngest of 4 children. Both parents fucked up. I wonder if God forgives the drug-affected kids. Heroin stuck in my veins from my mama's syringe. And did some things that I truly regret. Walking the streets with my head barely attached to my neck. Flirting with death and know my footsteps made a mess. If my heart stops now,
shit, I did my best.
Cause after Pops left, it was hard to stay focused. Switching to different school, another eviction notice. The streets caught my attention. Wanna see what that's about. It's hard to finish your homework when electricity is out. So I jumped off the porch head first on the avenue. A brave little boy just doing what he had to do. Damn. I came from nothing, I'm just trying to make something. Against the gun and trying to feed my son, and swallow my pride, I'm just trying to stay alive. From falling back to pushing a hard line. Now the age of 21, she pregnant with his son. It's gut check time, gotta provide bar none. And gotta do the right thing for shorty. So that means no more getting high, drinking 40s, jump back on his feet and got a J.O.B. He bought a car in a 1-bedroom apartment in Southeast. He's stepping up to the plate, cause he's far from a deadbeat. But that don't stop him and her from beefing like red meat. The trials and tribs of kids having kids. What was love is now resentment for all that wrong he did. Her parents just left down South Tennessee, and now every time they fight, she threatens him with leaving. As fate would have it, that will come true. Cause when you left on vacay, that's when she left you. Now your son's out of state, and the pain just aches, and it's gonna cost at least $1,000 for you to see him face to face. And that was fucking 9 to 5 is trying to get that pay. Cause though time flies by, still time don't wait for no man. So no man has no time to waste. Can't slack or fall back, you gotta pick up the pace. And all fall from an angel, and I made my mistakes. I die before I let another man take my place. It's my job to protect and look after you. So just know your dad did what he had to do. I love you, son.
Shout out to my godson, man. He finna have his first baby. I'm gonna be a great, what is it? A god grandpa. Hard line. What's man? What power? Who do? What man? What power? Who do?
What man?
What power? Who do?
What man? What power? Who do? You remind me of a man.
So what I had to do, man. Say, think I got a good chance. Think I got a good chance, man. We're gonna take a quick 15-minute intermission. Trying to decide if I want to leave the live stream up or if I want to start a new one. I think I'm just gonna leave it for those who are already in here. They might come back. But I do have a guest coming in at 9. My guy, Marcus Williams, the Taking Another Path podcast. I shall return. I need to use the restroom. Give me another cocktail. Pulled up. next week I might have me some wine. And I got a shout out for the wine I got. So we're going to do that next week on the next week's show. I'm not a wine guy, but I had some wine the other night, and it was really, really, really good. It was really good. And so I'm going to give that vineyard a shout out, and who they produced that bottle for a shout out on next week's show. So y'all stay tuned for that. I will return. Guests coming up. Yes, sir. front of the camera, brother. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you don't want to.
I mean, no. Can she film us or no?
No, I mean with her. Well, we mean like with your phone.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
her
if
phone.
you-
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
capture whatever content you can capture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fix this for you.
I ain't never. This is my first time doing this. So
doing this?
yeah, you gotta,
Yeah, just
you gotta, you know what I'm
see
saying?
right here.
All right.
Move this for you.
Oh, you got the real setup, huh?
Oh yeah.
This the real deal. I just got a little TikTok shot. See it, yeah, in front of the camera for real now.
That's your left. Yep.
Put it on?
Yep.
You got the lights.
Huh?
You got the lights.
Yeah, not, but yeah, those lights is a little bit of. Oh, you ain't on yet,
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I was on. I just did my thing. I was gonna stop and start it, but I just left it running. So yeah, it's running. We on. We on live. We live.
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we live.
Do I gotta put the earplugs all the way on?
No, just so you can hear. Whatever comfortable for you, so you can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, just so you just want to be able to hear me and
Okay.
and hear you. Can you hear yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Oh no, you can't. Say something now.
Yeah, I can hear myself now.
There you
for
go.
sure. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's see. Yeah, we still running. So yeah, that's my setup, brother.
Man, I like it. This is
Let me,
real professional.
Actually, I want to switch this a little bit.
Okay. Man.
Put you on this camera.
Thorn City Syndicate, huh?
Yes, sir.
You cut your camera off, Nene?
Yeah.
You cut yours off?
I didn't start it.
Oh, okay. We need high quality.
Put your phone on that thing there if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me my phone, Nene, please.
Y'all ain't seen those.
With the tripod? Really?
Do you do gears in the rear too?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Remember Tony was on with Melvin and he said he didn't realize
Juan.
that he was on with Tonio and
Oh.
Tonio.
Yep, we actually stopped, but I'm finna get him. We're gonna get started back tonight.
What's Gears in the Rear?
It's a it's a podcast about cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my guy Mel P. My guy Mel P. Okay, I think that'll work. There we go. All right, let me play my little welcome back music. Let's see.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss history in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. I got a special guest in the building. But yeah, this is the Spotlight Show where creators come to be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, like I said, I was just doing my first part of my Saturday Night Live. So, I just broke down everything about my Thorn City ecosystem. I got the screens, the pop-ups, the marketplace, sponsorships, and I'm just in the process of turning the system on. So, but a system don't mean nothing without the people, without the stories. And so, without creators who are ready to step into their next chapter. Tonight, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I got somebody in the building who represents exactly that, what the Thorn City era is built for, this new era. My guy, Marcus Williams. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. It's a pleasure to be here this evening, man.
And so, you're part of the Spotlight Show, man. I ain't, let's see. I haven't had a guest since I really figured out what I wanted to be doing on the Spotlight Show. So
Okay.
you're really my first guest, definitely up here in the new space on the Spotlight Show.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm digging the whole setup you got right here. You know, I'm digging the whole little system you running right here.
All right, on, brother.
Yeah.
So man, this ain't content. It's alignment. It's about timing, and this is what happens when someone sees the shift and the moves. So Marcus, let's see. Marcus is the first person to reach out. You were the first person to reach out after I relaunched the new direction of Thorn City. So he reached out before anybody else. And so that makes this episode kind of special a little bit, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. Yeah, so like I said, it's an honor to be here, and I'm definitely looking forward to whatever the future holds for us. I'm definitely on board with the new movement. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the fact that you allowed me to be one of the first guests here, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what the future looks like moving forward.
Nice. So like I said, he tapped in early. He saw the shift. He saw the vision, and he reached out before anybody else did. And so Marcus already been through the onboarding calls, the discovery, the conversations, and he said he just said he's on board. So this is Marcus's first time seeing the studio and actually seeing what I'm doing over here in person, and our first time meeting in person.
Yes, exactly.
So we're locking in this creator journey, his visibility plan, and trying to figure out what his next 90 days look like. Tell me about your podcast. I see you got your shirt on. That's always dope.
So, I definitely wanted to bring my apparel, my merch out, man, just to highlight what my movement is about. My podcast is called Taking Another Path, and it's geared towards adopting a mindset shift for brothers that has been just as impacted and people that has been dealing with any substance abuse struggles. My target audience is those people that actually went through those different hurdles in their lives. I'm a recovery mentor right now. That's my occupation, and that's the field that I've stepped into. So I wanted to make sure that my content and my platform really speaks to that particular genre, and just trying to move forward with that particular movement right there, man. A mindset shift, man. Taking another path.
Man, that's dope. Because that's how I kind of got into my whole entrepreneurial journey. I think I told you before, helping out my best friend, third twin.
Yes.
He's in the recovery field right now. He's think he's coming up on 10 years clean, man. And so I'm proud of my bro. He done quit everything. He quit cigarettes. He quit the pills, the alcohol, the weed, everything. I think his only vice now is coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still a coffee fiend
yeah.
myself.
That caffeine, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta have that for
Yeah.
just to get my jump start my day sometimes, man. Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to my guy Third Twin. So what shifted in you what made you reach out to me when you seen the Thorn City post I was posting?
Well, actually, man, after I had been start following you on different platforms, and I seen how professional your setup was, and how polished it was, right? So I'm a person that I'm just now stepping into this space, trying to get educated. You know what I'm saying on all the different components of it, and I felt like when I was watching you and seeing how you had your things set up, I liked the way it was set up, and I did just listening to some of the things that you were saying on there on your podcast and your platform, it resonated with me, and to the point where I felt like, well, there's somebody that I wouldn't mind aligning myself with, and trying to become maybe a student of the game, since I know that you have some history in this particular arena. So I just felt like, man, I could become a student of the game, man, gather as many jewels I can get from you, and get on with my journey as well, man, and also stay connected to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, if you don't have somebody that can show you the blueprint, then you'll be pat searching in the dark, and it'll be hard for you to find out where you're trying to get to.
That's dope, man. I really appreciate that, man. So now that you've gone through the onboarding process, what part of some of the stuff I was explaining to you that I'm doing right now,
Yes.
what hit hardest to you and make you say, yeah, man, this is where I need to be?
Man, the whole concept about the ecosystem, you know what I'm saying, and how to automate you automate your system, and being able to kind of set things on autopilot, and being able just to set things up, set the flagship up to the point where you can scale, and like I said, man, I'm trying to not only get my message out, but also get into the monetization aspect of things. I want to be able to, possibly, man, moving forward, maybe give me some sponsorships or some things that can really not only just help me, but help other people, and I need money to do that. So I'm looking to get into the space of being able to monetize my content as well.
That's dope, man. So yeah, that's exactly why I built the system for people like that. So when you picture a consistent, visible version of Marcus Williams 90 days from now, what does that look like?
Man, once I get the necessary information, being able to, have a complete setup, and just being able to use everything that I learned from you as a launching pad to be able to take another path, really literally take another path. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I've taken another path in mindset, but I want to be able to take another path also in all of my solid steps as well.
Oh, that's dope. So when you think about taking another path, what responsibility do you feel to your story, your past, and the people who need to hear you?
Well, yeah, actually, with taking another path, my whole thing is for us to be able to reflect. Go back, reflect, see where we went wrong, and see how we can get back focused. If you had some slip ups in your past, once you reflect and look at how some of the things you may have really misstepped with, just being able to get focused, man, and get on track and be able to move forward with whatever it is your life goals are.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So looking back at your journey,
Yes.
what do you feel has held you back the most?
Well, in terms of what? In terms of this right here, or just in life in general?
Just both in life in general and in what you're trying to do with your platform.
Yeah, I think that the things that kind of held me back was really myself. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we become our own self-enemy. It could be self-sabotage. Some of the circle of people we hang with, some of the actions we partake in, and just some of the things that that hindered us in our growth and development in general, right? So I think that with myself, I got caught up early on from a tyke, man, from a young tyke. I've been involved in the criminal justice system. I've been involved in criminal behavior. So once I was able to really sit down, because I did do a very long stint in prison. My last stint I did 15 years. So once I was able to sit down and really, gather myself and know that, man, I've made some real bad, some mistakes that at that time, I felt like, damn, it's gonna be hard for me to get back from these things, right? But then once I started doing the deep work on myself and start, coming to a point of awareness and start just thinking about the things that I did do wrong. Now I figure out, okay, how did I start digging myself out of this hole and start moving forward?
Yeah, that's crazy. As a kid, let's see, I think when I was in 7th grade,
Yeah.
my parents made me stop hanging out with all the friends I grew up with.
Right.
Because my neighborhood was shifting into all the guys I grew up with. They all became involved in gangs.
Right.
And in one of the biggest, notorious gangs in Portland.
Right.
And so when I got in 7th grade, my parents said, yeah, you can't hang out with them no more.
Right.
7th grade, getting ready to go into 8th grade. And of course, I didn't stop right away. I still snuck back and hung out with my guys.
Right.
But once I got to high school, none of them went to the same school I went to. And so I was I didn't have no choice but to stop hanging out with them. But looking back now, I see why they told me to do that and why they made that choice for me. My best friend when I was in grade school, now he got killed when I was in my freshman year. He got killed.
Yeah.
And then my best friend in middle school, he's in jail for murder.
Right.
And so, man, it's crazy how I could have went down that path so easily too if I didn't have both my parents, and they were just like, "No,
Right.
no, you ain't doing that, brother." So I get where you're coming from, man. So now you're sitting here in the Thorn City studio, man, seeing how everything I got going in real time. What pieces do you feel you were missing before? How can I help you the most?
I think the pieces that I've been missing is just like maybe some of the technical, the mechanics, right? The equipment, the technical mechanics, the way things are set up, and man, I think that just you being already seasoned in the whole, being able to set it up and knowing how to put those systems in motion. I think that me just being able to get that information from you in the next 90 days, being able to get that information from you, and making sure that I'm plugging all the pieces up the right way. And I'm not just searching in the dark, trying to plug up. You know what I'm saying? Because everything with this system, I see this a plug and play right here. So I feel like with your guidance and some of the things that you can show me, hands on. Because I'm a hands on type of individual. So I get hands on with you, man. And I'll be able to work these pieces just like you do eventually.
Yeah, no, that's tight. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not necessary, especially when you're starting out. It's not necessarily about having all these different tools. I got all these tools because I got into the game with somebody else who, and this is what we was doing.
Yeah.
But when you're getting started, you really just want to get started, man, and you start with what you got, man, even if it's just your phone.
Right.
Because it's podcasting, and so a lot of people get caught up now because it's getting heavy into the video. So people get caught up in the video production side of things.
Okay.
But when we talk about podcasting is an audio platform.
Yes.
Video is just an extra cherry on the top.
Right.
Now you want if you can do video, capture your video. You want to capture your video.
Right.
But you don't want to get caught in the video production and trying to produce this big old extravagant video production.
Right.
Like some of these big people are doing, because they have big budgets and they got big teams behind them.
Right.
You see, this is me by myself right now, and so I set up a system where I can, I'm able to operate it all by myself.
Exactly.
It's still a little tricky doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
But you really want to capture your message.
Right.
The message, what you're talking about. Those is what the people is going to buy into.
Yes.
Is what you're teaching them. And so you can do that without video.
Right.
But you want video. So I mean, even if it's capturing on your phone, like I said, it's really about getting started and just doing it and work with what you got. If expensive cameras and lenses and rollcasters and switchers, if that ain't in your budget, that ain't in your budget. But that don't mean you can't start doing your podcast.
Right.
Because none of that has to do with the message you're trying to give out to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's just get started and be consistent. Do what you can do. If that's one episode a week,
yes.
If that's one episode a month, if that's one episode every other week, do what you know you can do.
Yes.
So you don't get overwhelmed and and that's why people quit. They say the average podcaster don't make it past 10 episodes.
Right.
Because once they get started, they realize how much work it is, and they try and put too much on their plate before they're ready for it all.
Right.
And so that's part of what I've been doing with my reband is kind of dialing it back. Even though I got cameras and the big setup, it's not done as professionally as it was when I had my partner operating the cameras, and who has a video production background. But that's okay. I'm just worried about capturing clean audio and then capture the video, because you do want to capture the video. Exactly. People are visual, and so that's the thing. So Take Another Path podcast. Break that down for people, and what made you really want to start that podcast.
So Taking Another Path is, like I said, it speaks to people who have had some missteps in their lives, and has actually come to that aha point in their life where they feel like they're ready to do something different. And it just doesn't speak to people in necessarily that like the criminal element. You know what I'm saying? You can be working in a job and you feel like this job right here was just something that was able to get me by at that time, but now it's time for me to take another path. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a relationship and the relationship might be stifled, or or you feel like this right here I can do I can do better, because some people literally feel like they can do better in all spheres of life. So taking another path, it doesn't just speak to the criminal element, but because I come out of that particular lifestyle, and that was the journey that took me on another path, was trying to break away from that. That was just, I feel like that right there spoke to what my life, the trajectory that my life was on. But taking another path speaks to, man, like I say, different areas of life, man. And I feel like, man, me being able to get that message out in the right way, people, it'll resonate with people.
Yeah, no, it's a powerful story. Have you recorded any podcast episodes?
Well, I've just been doing like off my phone. Like I'm on TikTok right now, Facebook, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't. When it comes down to recording, yeah, I've recorded, but it's just been off my phone. Like you was just saying a minute ago, how you could just jump in front of the camera and start recording. And that's what I've been doing, man. I just been capturing my content off, just by way of my phone, and just posting up my videos. But I try to stay consistent, at least once a week. Just make sure that I stay consistent with that, and knowing that if I lose that momentum, then chances are, I might take another path. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's not, so that's not the goal. The goal is to take another path and actually have a pathway for people to follow my journey. You know what I'm saying? And me being able to walk into a whole different a place in my life and help people get there too. But I just been staying consistent with just capturing videos on my phone right now.
There you go, man. That's the start. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you have any episode ideas of stuff you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I have some things like one of the biggest things right now that I'm really, really keying in on is reflection. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to reflect. My whole philosophy is to reflect, repair, rebuild, and then re-emerge. You know what I'm saying? Re-emerge through with a whole new mindset. So, but going through. So the episodes will be dialed in on reflection right now. That'll be my whole thing right now. It's just I'm working on my reflection right now.
Yeah, I definitely had to reflect on where I was at and what I was going through and where I wanted to go before I started my rebranding. Before I got into this space. So yeah, you definitely always got to do some self-reflection, and
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with reflecting and trying to figure out, what you done good, what you done bad, and how can you move forward in a positive, good direction and improve. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
Man, so with your schedule and the way you operate, do you feel like you work better when someone is walking down the plane with you, or trying to figure out it on your own?
It depends on like what mindset I'm in. Like if I'm if I'm at a point where sometimes when I get to a point where I feel like I'm it's hard for me to untangle the knot, then I like to just key in on it myself, give me a directive, and then let me figure it out. But I mean, sometimes when you need that hands-on, that somebody to walk side by side with you. Like I say, I work in the recovery. I'm a recovery mentor, so my whole job is to walk with people side by side while they're trying to stay on their path of recovery. So I know that, you know, somebody walking side by side with you and giving you that mentorship, it actually helps.
Man. So, man, based on everything we've covered, it sounds like you're ready to get started, brother.
Most definitely, yeah.
So let me ask you this. When you go home tonight, what's the first move you feel you're ready to make to get this all activated and going?
I mean, I'm going to go back over, you know, the things that we talked about. I think last week we had the conversation, so I'm going to go back and look at some of the outlines that you had and the way that you had things structured. And that way, because I like to go off a blueprint. So once I go back and look at the structured material that you sent me, then I'll be able to figure out exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How, when, and where, you know, I'm going to take my next steps.
Man, I love hearing that, man. So based on everything you described, it definitely sounds like we want to do the Done With You, where we work, you know, we work together hand in hand, step to step, go by everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's perfect. Like I told you before, I've been building out my processes and systems.
Yes.
And so I got to figure out how to ride the bike. I done built the bike. Now I got to find out how you ride the bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
And so it's perfect because it's some stuff I want to do actually for myself.
Right.
And then there's another show I got Done For You. And so it'll be some stuff that I'll be able to go through while I'm building that one out and build yours at the same time with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So it works out. So y'all heard it first here, man. My guy Marcus Williams, he's stepping into the Thorn City ecosystem. We're going to get his next 90 days mapped out, and so it's going to be different. So I'm proud of you for taking this step, brother.
Man, thank you. Like I say, man, it's an honor to even be sitting on the couch with you. You know, I just been following you on TikTok and trying to, you know, tap in with you, tap.
Tap in on the tap in.
And, but now that I done tapped in, so now, you know what I'm saying, we locked and loaded for sure.
That's it, man. So, tonight was all about alignment and commitment and building from the inside out. And so, Marcus, like I said, welcome to the Thorn City, my guy. But before we get out of here, how can the people follow you and connect with your movement?
Well, right now I'm just on, I'm on the social media platforms, Taking Another Path podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and then if you go into Facebook, I'm under Lavelle Williams, but I still have Taking Another Path. It's still my that's my brand, that's my logo, that's my movement. So that's where you can connect with me at Taking Another Path, and I can tap in.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna need you to run that back for me one more time because I want you to do it on the solo shot.
Okay, so you can dial in with me on TikTok and Instagram, Taking Another Path podcast. Those two platforms right there, you know, you can catch me on that. And then on Facebook, you can just go and befriend me on Lavelle Williams. That's my Facebook handle. But it's all Taking Another Path. That's my brand and that's my movement.
Nice. That's dope, man. So, like you said, man, tap in on the tap in, like my bro Seasoning will say. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
At the Thorn City Spotlight platform. While you're there, make sure you visit thorncitysyndicate.com. I got my new website is live. It's remodeled. It's running. Grab your free digital report card and see where your visibility stands. That'll get you inside the Thorn City ecosystem. This is the Thorn City Spotlight Show, SNL, where creators come to build, be seen, be heard, and be remembered. And then I like to play my theme song on the way out. I don't know if you ever heard my song here, but you're going to hear it tonight, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, life is hard, man.
It's called Do What You Had to Do. Do what you got to do.
I came from nothing, I'm just trying to make something. Against the gun, just trying to feed my son. Swallow my pride, I'm just trying to stay alive. For falling back to pushing a hard line, I did what I had to, and honestly I was glad to, cause I'ma do whatever it takes to add to my quality of life. Growing up it was tough, the youngest of 4 children, both parents screwed up. I wonder if God forgives the drug affected kids. Heroin stuck in my veins from my mama's syringe. It did some things that I truly regret. Walking the streets with my head barely attached to my neck. Flirting with death and know my footsteps made a mess. If my heart stops now, I did my best. Cause after Pops left, it was hard to stay focused. Switching to different school, another eviction notice. The streets caught my attention, wanna see what that's about. It's hard to finish your homework when electricity is out. So I jumped off the porch head first on the avenue. A brave little boy just doing what he had gut check time, gotta provide bar none. And gotta do the right thing for shorty. So that means no more getting high, drinking 40s, jump back on his feet and got a J.O.B. He bought a car in a one-bedroom apartment in Southeast. He's stepping up to the plate, cause he's far from a deadbeat. But that don't stop him and her from beefing like red meat. The trials and tribs of kids having kids. What was love is now resentment for all that wrong he did. Her parents just left down South Tennessee, and now every time they fight, she threatens him with leaving. As fate would have it, that would come true. Cause when you left on vacay, that's when she left you. Now your son's out of state, and the pain just aches. And it's gonna cost at least $1,000 for you to see him face to face. So that was the 9 to 5, it's time to get that pay. Cause though time flies by, still time don't wait. But no man, so no man has no time to waste. Can't slack or fall back, you gotta pick up the pace. And though I fall from an angel, and I made my mistakes, I die before I let another man take my place. It's my job to protect and look after you. So just know your dad did what he had to do. I love you, son. I came from nothing, I'm just trying to make something. Against the gun, just trying to feed my son. Swallow my pride, I'm just trying to stay alive. From falling back to pushing a hard line. What man? What power? Hoodoo. 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 You remind me of a man.
Shout out to my guy, Third Twin and Sassy. That's my bro that I started the journey with. That's in recovery. That's his music.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's another episode of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast guy. Holla at you, boy.
Shit, brother. Man. I like that, man. I like that.
Yeah.